Hello everyone, welcome back. This chapter is for grade 9, second chapter history, that is socialism in Russia and the Russian Revolution. So this is the continuation. In the last slide or last video, we saw regarding the two political parties which were being formed, that is Russian Social Democratic Workers Party, you can say RSDW, and Socialist Revolutionary Party, that is SRP party, which was in RSDW in 1893 and Socialist Revolutionary Party in 1900. So in this there was a difference of opinion which was being given by Lenin. So if you don't remember that, you can go to the last video and check it out, which is being given in the description. The link is being provided in the description. So here Russian Social Democratic Party later on split into two. So this split was by Bolshevik Party and Menshevik Party. So Russian Social Democratic Workers Party, which is RSDW party, was being split into two, divided into two, Bolshevik and Menshevik. Basically Bolshevik means majority, Menshevik means minority in Russian language. So this was headed by, Bolshevik was headed by Vladimir Lenin, and Menshevik was headed by L. Martov. So you got to remember this one, because it was by Vladimir Lenin itself. The difference of opinion started in the party. He believed, Vladimir Lenin believed, that party should be disciplined and should control the number and quality of its members. Okay, so here he said that we should allow only the quantity and quality members in the party. Then only it will be disciplined, according to Vladimir Lenin. So in Menshevik party, they believed that the party should be open to all, as in Germany. So party has to be open to all, no quality, no quantity, because all are the citizens and all must have right, according to Menshevik party. Okay, so this split happened in 1903. Then what happened? A turbulent time during 1905 revolution began in the society. Turbulent time, here turbulent means unstable or ups and downs. So the party was split in 1903 and this turbulent time is in 1905. So now Russia Russia had, this must not come, had autocracy rule, that is Tsar ruled. It was Tsar who did not listen to others. Tsar was not subject to parliament. He did not ask any parliament. He did not ask any person, neither conservatives nor radicals nor any party. Parties were being declared as illegal from the beginning by Tsar. So he did not ask anyone. It was all his rule. So when a person rules according to his wish is called as autocracy rule. Autocracy rule means when a person rules according to his wish. So when this happened, Tsar ruled according to his wish without asking any person or parliament. Were citizens happy with this? Citizens were not happy. Liberals, social democrats and social revolutionaries wanted to end this system. Which system? Tsar system, and demanded a constitution. They were supported by nationalists and Jadidists. Now this is again one mark question. Most of the time it is asked, who are Jadidists? So Jadidists are Muslim reformers in Russian Empire who wanted to modernize Islam. Okay, so they are Muslim reformers in Russia, wanted to modernize Islam. So this was been the demand of constitution and putting down of Tsar's rule was supported by nationalists and Jihadists. Then this autocratic rule, along with bad economic condition, made the time more turbulent. I'm not turbulent. What? That is, the economic condition was also very much turbulent. During 1904 revolution, when it happened, 1905 revolution. Okay, during 1904, the prices of essential goods increased. Therefore, the wages of factory workers did not decrease, did not increase. Sorry, this should be increased. Therefore, the wages of the factory workers did not increase by 20%. Here, this meaning, it means that prices of essential goods increased. The wages were not being given properly to the workers. Basically, the wages remained the same, 20% itself. So here there is some mistake in the statement. So you can check it in your textbook. So the meaning is this, that is, the wages were not increased. The essential goods prices were increased, but the wages remained the same, 20%. Okay, either they had to manage everything within that small wage. Okay, this resulted in the increase in the workers' membership in the workers' association. Okay, these problems of not increasing the wages and increase in the price of essential goods resulted in increase in the membership of workers' association. People started joining this workers' association and thus increased the power of associations, groups. Association in the sense groups, union, wherein people planned to change the system of Tsar. One day, when 4 members of assembly of Russian workers were removed at Putilov iron work industry, 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike. Okay, so there was an industry called Putilov iron industry where 4 members of such association, that is Russian Workers Association, they were being removed. It can be any reason. Okay, it can be as they gathered in a place and started speaking about Tsar. It can be anything. So they removed 4 members, and when they removed these 4 members, 1,10,000 workers in St. Petersburg went on strike, demanding reduction in working hours, increase in wages, and improvement in working condition. So thus these things were the background which was happening in the society before 1905. Okay, there was bloody Sunday and 1905. What happened? The turbulent time was the background of 1905 revolution. So the last slide, that is the turbulent time, was the background of 1905 revolution. During this turbulent time, when the change was demanded by the workers, a procession of workers led by Father Gapon reached the Winter Palace. So in Putilov, 4 members were removed from the factory and 1,10,000 men were on strike. Okay, so on that basis, Father Gapon, one of you can say revolutionary, demanded the change, who also demanded the change, reached the Winter Palace. So this winter palace is where the king lived, Tsar lived. This procession in the sense, a group of people started walking on the road, asking for the demands, and which was headed by Father Geppen, and reached Winter Palace. This procession was attacked by police. So Tsar got angry. This is the procession reached the palace, and either Tsar was scared or angry. He asked the police to attack the procession, and Cossacks also attacked it. Police and Cossacks attacked the procession. Cossacks are none but personal police. Over 100 workers were killed and 300 wounded. So 100 workers were killed. All these massacres happened on 22nd January 1905. Okay, 22nd January 1905. And the day was Sunday. Therefore, the whole episode was called as Bloody Sunday. So, why we say it is 1905 revolution? Because from January 22nd till October 1905, the revolution went on. Okay, got the point. So 1905 revolution, the whole year there were strikes, there was struggle, there were you can say massacres. So the whole year, in each you can say each month, there was some or the other revolution taking place. So the first revolution in 1905 was Bloody Sunday. So the turbulent time was in 1904. The division which was being taken in the parties was in 1903. So you can connect those years and you can remember it easily. Okay. So therefore it was on 22nd January, which was Sunday. It is called as Bloody Sunday. Why this Bloody Sunday is important in the event of Russian Revolution? Okay, why Bloody Sunday is important? Bloody Sunday started the series of events. It was on 22nd January 1905. It started and was followed by series of events. The events after Bloody Sunday is called 1905 Revolution. There were strikes all over the world. The universities were closed down. After this Bloody Sunday, all over the world there were strikes. Universities were closed down. Lawyers, doctors, engineers and other middle class workers all started demanding constitution. Okay. So, what was the result of this struggle after Bloody Sunday? So, this must be Bloody Sunday, mistake here. What was the result after Bloody Sunday? The impact and aftermath of revolution. Under the pressure of revolution, now in 1905, the revolution started. Okay, so under the pressure of revolution, Tsar allowed the creation of an consultative parliament or Duma. So again here 1 mark question. What is the parliament formed by Tsar? It is called as Duma. Okay, Duma. Or what is consultative parliament also called? It is Duma. Duma is also called as consultative parliament. Like this 1 mark question may come. So it worked as a consultative body. Tsar said yes to form parliament. Why? Because Tsar was scared that the revolution may go out of control and he might be killed. So he said, okay, fine, we will have consultative parliament called Duma. It worked as a consultative body with quasi-legislative functions which made law. Okay, consultative means what? The parliament has to ask Tsar before making any law. That is consulting Tsar before making law, which is called as quasi-legislative function. However, within 75 days, Duma was dissolved. Okay, this Duma, the first Duma or consultative parliament which was made, dissolved, means was put down. Okay, and second Duma was elected. Okay, Tsar did it. Tsar put down this Duma or dissolved this Duma within 75 days. And second Duma was formed. After a period of time, second Duma was also dissolved, was also put down. Okay, on the allegation of conspiracy against Tsar and his family, and thus third Duma was formed. So Tsar felt that he heard some rumors that second Duma is going to kill him and his family. So he thought that let me put down this second Duma, and he put down this second Duma and formed the third Duma. By forming the third Duma, Tsar brought things under control. Okay, now Tsar brought things under control. Third Duma was stable because it was packed with conservatives. Okay, conservatives are who don't want any change, and they are most probably the rich class people. Okay, who don't want any changes, or the changes had to be slow in according to conservative people. So in that third Duma, conservative politicians were packed. Okay, this was been packed with conservative politicians. Means what? Only conservative politicians were there in third Duma. Liberals and revolutionaries were kept out of third Duma. Okay, Tsar even kept the trade union and committee away from this by declaring these unions as illegal. Now these two Dumas were put down. Then you might think what these trade unions and committees or associations were doing. They were quiet because Tsar was intelligent here. He declared them illegal so that they will not have any power. Okay, this was done. Then what happened? Now Tsar had control now. He had control over the situation in Russia. This control lasted from 1905 till 1914. Okay, like this he went on with Duma only. First Duma, second Duma, third Duma, and everything was came under his control. But there was outburst. When was the outburst? In 1904. Why was the outburst? Because in 1914, sorry, not 1904, it is 1914. Okay, because in 1914 there was First World War, in which Russia was the part. Okay, Russia, you can say Russia was involved in First World War. It was an allied power. So we will see who all were involved in First World War, that is Central Power and Allied Power, in the next video. In the next video, we will discuss about what happened in 1914. From 1905 till 1914, Tsar had control over the situation. After that, he did not have. Why he did not have? What were the situations? Let's discuss it in next video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.